Hello UIL team, it's Mr. Team here, and today we have our seventh selection. So today for this week, and until December, until next month, you will also be going over your seventh selection. So this week we're gonna go over our seventh piece, and you have lots of time to go over this piece. This piece that we're gonna go over is called Railroad Travel Song by M. Monk. And for those who don't know what M means Meredith Monk. And the good thing about her is that she will be our female composer of the year. So in this selection, this piece is written by a female composer, which is Meredith Monk. So our female composer of the 2025-2026 music memory is Meredith Monk. We always have a female composer every year, and this year is Meredith Monk. Last year was Florence Beatrice Price from our 2024-2025 music memory, which was Symphony No. 1 Finale, Movement 4 by Price. I'm sorry, it's Symphony No. 1 Movement 4 Finale by Price. So this piece is written by a female composer, Meredith Monk. And this is a contemporary composer, so that means that she is still alive till this day, which you are going to read more facts about her and why she is famous. Alright? So, let's go ahead and start off with our piece, and let's introduce the piece, and then we'll go ahead and move forward. So, I hope you enjoy this lesson video for today, and most importantly, enjoy. Today, you will go over Railroad Travel Song by M. Monk. Echo the piece after me. Railroad Travel Song by M. Monk. Let's say it all together. Ready? Begin. Railroad Travel Song by M. Monk. This selection is performed by a solo piano, which means that now we have made it to the second solo piano of this year's music memory. So this selection today will be performed by a solo piano. One of the elements that you will see from the map today is a railroad train. So you will be hearing you will be seeing a railroad train track on the map today, which is going to look really cool today. So I'm looking forward to showing it to you today. We hope that you will enjoy going over this piece today. Okay, so now it's time to do our background information. So of course we're gonna go round robin, which we always do. We're gonna do about the composer, about the music, vocabulary, and more facts about this piece. Okay, so here is the background information of Railroad Travel Song by M. Monk. Okay, it's time to do the background information of this piece. So let's begin. Meredith Monk was born in New York City in 1942 and is a contemporary period composer. That means he is still alive till this day. Monk is not just a composer, but also a performer, director, singer, filmmaker, and choreographer. She is known for her unique ways of singing. She explored many new ways to use her voice in what is now called extended vocal techniques. Over her career, she has won many awards such as MacArthur Fellowship and the Creative Award for Performing Arts. She was awarded the National Medal of the Arts from President Obama in 2015. So those are some interesting facts about the composer and Monk. Now we're going to do about the music. Composed in 1982, Railroad Travel Song is a minimalist piano composition. Monk incorporates a variety of time signatures in his selection, constantly shifting to create a feeling of a traveling train. This selection is composed based on repetitive, melodic, and rhythmic motifs. So there are lots of motifs in this piece today, which we're going to talk about later today. And you will also talk more about it on the animated lesson kit videos. Alright, let's move on. Next up is our vocabulary. The first one that we're going to talk about today is minimalism. Minimalism is a musical style in which composers use very little, minimal melodic material. The other one is a motif or a motive. But over here we call it a motif. And it is a recurring short musical idea for this piece. Everyone has ideas when they write pieces of music, and Mark has lots of ideas for this piece of music that we're going to be listening to today. Alan Krigsman, a journalist, dance critic for the Washington Post, once wrote about Meredith Monk. When the time comes, perhaps 100 years from now, a tally up achievements in the performing arts during the last third of the 20th century, one name that seems sure to loom large is that of Meredith Monk. And originally, in scope and depth, they are fused to rival her. So that's really cool that somebody wrote wrote a book or who wrote something about Meredith Monk that are good things, because she was a great composer. She is a great composer in the contemporary period and wrote a lot of many pieces. This is her famous one, Railroad Travel Song. It's not popular, but it's her favorite. It's her famous song that people will learn from her, of course. Alright? Alright, that is that. Let's go ahead and move on to our next thing. Okay, so now it's time to go over our category talent chart review. So obviously, this piece is performed by a solo piano. So obviously, this will be the second solo piano out of 3. So, is it orchestra? No. Small ensemble? No. Vocals? No. Band? No. It is solo piano, and it is the second solo piano out of 3. So that means that we have one more solo piano piece to go of This Is Me's Memory, which is not going to happen until next semester. So obviously, you won't get one for a little while, until the end of the year. It's going to be next sometime in the spring next semester. Okay. So lately we had 2 orchestra selections, 1 small ensemble piece, 1 vocal piece out of 4. So we already did the second orchestra piece out of 6. That means that we have 4 more to go. Then we have small ensemble. We have one more to go, but we did 1 already. Same the vocals, but we have 3 more to go. And we did our band category piece already, so that's already been done. And now we're going to do our solo piano piece for this selection, and this will be our second solo piano out of 3. So there's 1 more to go. Okay, and that's it. Yep. So that's our talent chart review. So now that's been checked, and now let's go ahead and move on to our next thing. Okay, so now it's time to do our squill. So now I want y'all to please listen for instructions. So this is the sheet of paper of the squill. Obviously, it's gonna always be the same thing. So what's gonna happen is that at the beginning, before we start, you are going to put your name, date, and your instructor's name. If you don't have one, just put my name. And after when you do all of that, you are going to put the name of the piece, which is Railroad Travel Song, and the composer. Composer is M. Monk. The way how you can spell all that is in the video. So on the screen of the video, look at the bottom where you can see the whole selection and composer. And Monk is a really easy word to spell. Okay, but just make sure that you put by M and then period. When you say the first letter of the name along with the last name, you always have to put a period. So it's M period, monk. M-O-N-K. Very easy. Okay? M monk. And after when you put the composer's name, you were going to circle which category is today's selection. Is it A, B, C, D, or E? It's C. It's solo piano. So obviously circle C, solo piano. And you were going to be going over all of those directions. It should say how to do the squilt when you listen to the piece today. And there's going to be 4 questions. The first 4 questions are questions that are required. Questions 5 through 7 are not required, but you can obviously do those if you want. If you're just going to do the required questions, only print pages, the first page and the second page. Third page, you don't have to print. Okay, just to let you know. Alright? Okay, and that's it. Okay, and that's our squilt. Now let's begin our squilt. So now here is an audio version of Railroad Travel Song by M. Monk. Enjoy, and here is an audio version of this piece, and it will give you, and this piece will, it's going to be a great piece to hear. So here is Railroad Travel Song by M. Monk.
Railroad Travel Song by M. Monk.
Okay, so that was a squilt and that was a piece. What did you think of it? Was it a fun piece to hear? It's a very fun piece to hear, and I really hope that you all enjoyed it. So now what we're going to do is go over our setting the stage activity, and now I present to you the setting the stage activity. Have fun. Okay, let's go over our setting the stage activity for today. Meredith Monk used this selection in a style that you may have heard of before. The style that she used this piece is called minimalism. It is a musical style where composers use very little, minimal melodic material. That's it. That's the main thing we're going to be talking about today. Today's selection will be played by a solo piano. This isn't just a normal solo piano piece. It's a special one that M. Monk created. So this piano selection is a special one that M. Monk wrote. And here's why. M. Monk used the piano to be played in this selection to actually sound like a real railroad train. Did you know that there are some pieces, like, did you know a piano can be used for lots of magic things? It's very magic that in this piece for today, the solo piano is, it can, this piece, when you hear this piece, it will actually sound like a real train. So when you hear this piece, it's gonna sound like a train as you hear it. At the beginning, you may like, what what is it talking about? But when you watch the map today, you're gonna be like, oh, I get it now. So this piece is a good piece to hear when you hear stuff when you hear things like for example like a railroad train. This piece will make you feel like you are on a train when you're on the train ride. So and also here is the next part. The nickname is called Travel Song because M. Monk wanted young listeners to imagine a beautiful journey on a train ride while they listened to her piece. Isn't it cool, y'all? It's really cool. So the nickname of this piece is Travel Song because she wants all of us to, when we hear this piece to feel like we are on a railroad train and not just a train, but a imaginary train that we can think of in our minds that we could be riding as we take a as we imagine a beautiful journey of what our train can head to. Imagine if you have a train, and imagine the train will take you somewhere you want to go. Maybe somewhere around the states, maybe somewhere around the United States, maybe a new country, somewhere that you may somewhere that you may want to go. Think of that as when you listen to this piece today. Where will your imaginary train take you? Anywhere. Now I want y'all to hear the listen. I want y'all to hear the main part of this piece. The main part sounds like a train making a choo-choo sound, like a choo-choo, and it's also going to make the sound of the train crossing the road because every time when the train crosses the road, they always make a sound for those for every railroad train across the road. So so I'm going to play you a sample of that piece. You may have heard it just now, but I'm going to play you a sample of that part so that way y'all can really know so that way y'all can really feel like this that this piece sounds like a real life train. So here it is. Here is the piece. Today you will hear Railroad Travel Song by M. Monk. This is cool, isn't it? Isn't this all this cool? It's cool. So and when you watch the map today, it's gonna look amazing. And the map is gonna really feel like when you watch the map today as well, it's gonna make you feel like that you are actually traveling on your imaginary train. So that's really good to hear. Alright, let's move on to our next thing. Okay, next up, we are going to be seeing a preview of the map. So now I'm going to show you an official animated listening map of Railroad Travel Song by M. Monk. You may recognize the map before because I may have showed us this piece earlier this year when we do our orientation. So you might re-see it again if that's going to be the case. So if you've seen this map before, for those of you who may have seen this map before, you may have you were going to re-see it again, okay? So, and you are also going to be hearing more facts about the map as well, okay? So now here is the official map of this piece. Here it is. Now I'm going to show you the map in 3, 2, 1. Alright, here it is. So this map is interesting. You may have, and again, you may have seen this map earlier this year when I was doing the orientation because I did put one of the selections as if I was doing a presentation on what we're going to be doing for this music memory. So so mostly all of you saw this map before. You may have seen it on the website on the music memory page, but obviously we're going to do it again. This map is also seen on the website of Music Memory. So if most of you watched the map before, that's great. But obviously, we're gonna watch it again. Obviously, okay? Because I want to for y'all to rewatch it again as well. Okay? So on this map shows you pictures of framed pictures from a wall of pictures of what trains can go to. Obviously, this map is designed for you to think of a imaginary train of what this train could take you to. So this map is designed for you. And again, this map is designed for you to think of what your train could head to. It could be anywhere in the world, obviously. So it could be anywhere where you like. So obviously on the map, at the beginning and the end, when you're on a train ride, it can't be a train without a train station. So obviously at the beginning and at the end of the piece, there's obviously a train station. You can't ride you cannot ride a train without a train station because you always have to have a train station to ride, obviously. So at the beginning, the train is going to be leaving the a station where everyone's going to be all aboard, and the rest of it will show you pictures of what a train could head to in your own imaginary world. Okay, so this is what it's all about, and you will all see me going over all this today on the animated lesson kit video today. So you're going to hear me go all over this for today, and and some of it, as you see, is gonna feel like, and of course, like I said earlier, this piece will really sound like we're on the train ride, heading along on a journey. So it's gonna be really nice to watch. I'll talk more about this today on the video. Let's go ahead and continue on to our next thing. Okay, so now we're about to watch the animated lesson kit video. So before we watch, here are some instructions you need to know. Some instructions you will need to know. In the video, I will be presenting to you more information about this piece. The video will have an introduction mini lesson greeting, a composer information card, and a video lesson, a presentation of this selection. The video lesson will show the map and will show highlighted key musical elements that will be featured in this piece. And of course we will watch we will watch the video all together when we watch the video today, okay? And most importantly, I want y'all to enjoy and please follow along when we go over each elements that are from the video, and I really hope that y'all will enjoy learning this piece more and more as we get to know this piece more, okay? So here is the animated lesson kit video so that way y'all can get to know this piece even more, okay? So here it is. In today's mini lesson, we'll cover a piece by M. Monk that is performed by a solo piano and uses a minimalism style and features many motifs in the selection. This selection, Railroad Travel Song by M. Monk, was written in 1981 and it is the most talented selection from M. Monk of all time. M means Meredith. Her real name is Meredith Monk. Meredith Monk is our female composer of this year's Music Memory. She is not just a composer, but she's also a performer, director, singer, filmmaker, and choreographer, which is a person who composes the sequence of steps and moves from a performance of dance. She was born in 1942 and she is still alive today. Meredith Monk is a contemporary composer. This selection is performed by a solo piano, a keyboard instrument that strikes metal strings. This will be the second piano selection of this year's Music Memory. She used this selection as a style called minimalism. Say it with me. Ready? Go. Minimalism, which is a musical style in which composers use very little or a melodic material. This piece is called Railroad Travel Song because in this selection, the piano in this selection can really sound like a railroad train. And Monk wants to imagine us on a railroad train traveling places where you would want to go or see. The main part about this selection is that she wants us to imagine the beautiful journey as we listen to her iconic song, Railroad Travel Song. M. Monk used an idea called a motif. A motif is a recurring short musical idea that is repeated several times. The two selections that are repeated several times can show people that a piano can make a train whistle sound on the first part and making a traffic railroad light alarm sound as a train is crossing the street. When you watch the map today, follow the railroad train that you see on the map. The train will guide you throughout the listening map as you watch the map today. The dynamics featured in this selection are forte, loud, piano, quiet, crescendo, gradually getting louder, and decrescendo, gradually getting quieter. The beginning of the selection shows the train leaving the station, and then at the end, it shows the train heading back to the station with the sunset. As you can see, at the end of the section, there is a ritardando at the end of the section, which means gradually getting slower. In today's main lesson, we cover the piece by M. Monk that is performed by a solo piano and uses a minimalism style and features many motifs in the selection. Okay, let's go over all the homework today. So thank y'all so much for watching the animated lesson kit video today. So now let's move on to our next thing now, okay? Which is our homework. The first one is, of course, discussing the map, which you obviously know all the questions that you'll be asked, such as this one, what did you think? Second one, what did you notice on the map? And which part on the map was your favorite part? So which part was it? Is it the beginning, middle, or end? It can be either one of those parts. So after when we do watch the map today, you can always ask yourself these questions, of course. Okay. Next up is and of course you will be discussing this for homework, obviously, and it will help you remember how did you see the map today as you were watching it. So most importantly, when you do this, I want y'all to at least have fun in this piece. Of course, I want y'all to have fun while y'all discuss, okay? Alright, next up is your homework videos. So they will include so today's homework videos will include the kinesthetic title with Mrs. Debbie Taylor, your animated lesson kit videos, the animated listening map, of course, if you want to watch it again, live performance video, and your alternate version performance video, of course. Next up are the homework pages. They will include the connection of art, which shows you an art picture of a train somewhere else, and you will going to be reading why does it have to, why is it welded to this piece. Next up is your theme banks, which you'll be singing along on the words to themes on your own, obviously. Next up is your Reader's Theater scripts, which in this one you will be talking about with 2 students and 1 teacher in a school class and talking about this piece. So basically, it's going to be a simple script, and it's going to be talking about this selection. Of course, it's going to talk about this piece, and you will also talk a little bit more about Meredith Monk and her iconic piece, Railroad Travel Song, obviously. Next up are the checking for understanding quizzes. There's going to be 5 questions. The extra 2 that you see on the bottom, you do not do those because you've already done stuff like that on your Squilt today. And of course, definitely your activity page, and you will going to be drawing some railroad rhythms for this piece. So, and it's recommended, and there's going to be some directions, and there's also going to and it's also recommended for you to listen to this piece today as well, okay? As you do this activity page, okay? All right. Next up is your early childhood pages. The first one is you are going to be tracing the word piano and coloring the word piano. You are also going to be coloring piano and the train ride as well. And the next part, you are going to be drawing a picture, because obviously this piece is talking about being in a journey in life. So it's going to be talking about where would you want to travel. And plus, today's piece is all about being us in a imaginary train. So this is perfect for all of you. Where would you want to go? Where would your train, what do you like, where do you like your imaginary train to go to? It can be anywhere. So obviously write the country or a specific place on where could your train go to. It could be anywhere. You are also going to explain it with some lines, and you're going to write a story about, and you can even make your own story up on where can your train head to. You can say, so I took my train with me and I went to whatever. It could be anywhere in the world, like Spain or something, or it could be anywhere. And you're going to be writing your story, your own story, your fictional story on about your trip, on what it was like, how beautiful it was, and was it a lifelong memory, of course. All right. So that's that. Okay. So that's all your homework for today. And for the early childhood pages, that's going to be for those who are younger. But if you want to do a second part for those who are older, you can do it if you want. If you don't want to, it's okay. All right. So that is our early childhood pages. Let's move on to our next thing now, okay? And that is all of our homework pages. Now let's move forward. Okay, so now we are going to be watching the map now. So here is the official animated listening map of this piece. And now I present to you the animated listening map of Railroad Travel Song by M. Monk. Most importantly, follow along and look out for the train that you will see on the map. And remember, the train will guide you throughout the map. So always follow the train. Obviously, the map is going to zoom so that way no one gets lost, okay? So everyone will be following along on the map because it's going to zoom in on the map, and it's going to let the train guide the map. Okay, so let's go ahead and watch the map of this piece. Okay, most importantly, enjoy. And now I present to you the animated listening map of Railroad Travel Song by M. Monk. Enjoy.
Railroad Travel Song by M. Monk.
Alright, that was our piece. Thank y'all so much for going over our piece, and our lesson video for our seventh selection is now done. And now we officially have 9 more pieces to go. So we are very close, and we're very close of the year to end, but we have a lot to go still. So, but it's gone by fast, isn't it? So after this, we have 9 more pieces to go. So we have 9 more to go. For those who are in group 2, 9 more to go. For those who are in group 1, you only have 3 more to go. 3 more to go. But for those who are in group 3, you have a lot more to go, obviously, okay? So, but obviously for all, y'all all have 9 more 9 more selections to go. So we still have lots to do, okay? So thank y'all so much for going over this piece. It has been a great piece, and now our lesson for our 7th piece is now coming to an end. Thank you all so much for going over this with us today, and I will see you all in December for our 8th selection. So we have and it will be our last piece that we're going to go over for this semester, because all the rest of our pieces will be next semester for the spring. Okay, so our next selection, our eighth piece, will be our last piece that we're going to go over by the end of the semester. And right before this semester ends, we're also going to go over our second practice test of selections 1 through 8. So I'll discuss all about that in December, okay? And you will be taking it before winter break, and then you can enjoy the rest of your winter break off. And then after New Year's, we'll go over our ninth piece, okay? So that's going to be planned. For those who are in group 3, I do have an announcement to make. For those who are in group 3, you have your second piece out of 4 of the 4 bonus selections of this year's music memory, and that will be marked at the beginning of December. It will be marked as the first Wednesday in December. So look for the first Wednesday, and that's going to be the official day that we're going to do our second selection out of 4. So you have 3 more to go, and for our second piece, we are going over in December, right before we do our 8th selection. Okay, and for the rest of you, group 1, group 2, you have until the second week of December to go over your 6th and 7th selection of music memory. The Red Poppy, Russian Sales Dance by Glier, and Railroad Travel Song by M. Monk. And after you're done with those pieces, you are ready to go over our 8th selection, aka our last selection of this semester, and we won't go to any of the rest of our pieces until January for our spring semester for pieces 9 through 16. Okay, so we have a lot to do. All right. I really hope y'all have a great Thanksgiving next week. Next week is Thanksgiving. I really hope that y'all have a great Thanksgiving, and most importantly, have fun. And I wish y'all and be safe and have fun for Thanksgiving. And we will see you all again in December. All right. See y'all in December. Bye bye.